In this demo, we'll see how to create classes that implement interfaces. I'll start by creating a new file to hold our classes. I'll name it classes.ts. The first thing I'll do is import the interfaces I've created. Even though I don't need them all right now, I'll import book, damage logger, author, and librarian. I'll now create a new class named University Librarian that implements the librarian interface. Implementing the interface means providing code for all of the required properties and methods on the interface. I'll use a code snippet to paste in the implementation. It includes everything required on the librarian interface, the name and email properties inherited from the person interface, as well as the department property and the assist customer method from the librarian interface. Implementing the properties can be as simple as defining them as I've done here. The simple assist customer implementation just logs a simple message using the name of the librarian and the name of the customer he or she is helping. To make this class available to other modules in the app, I need to export it the same way I exported the interfaces from the interfaces.ts file. I'll now open the app.ts file and jump up to the top of it. I need to import the new class so I can use it here. The import statement will look very much like the other two I already have in this file. With that in place, I'll jump back to the end where I write my test code. I'm going to declare a new variable named FavoriteLibrarian and specify that it will be of type librarian. I'll then set it equal to a new instance of University Librarian. Because the University Librarian class implements the librarian interface, I can assign University Librarian objects to any variable or parameter expecting a librarian. Next, I'll just set the name of my favorite librarian and then call the assist customer method and pass the name of a customer. Unlike the object literal I created in the earlier demos of this module, I don't have to provide an implementation for methods here in the object declaration. Implementations are stored in the classes themselves, and I can simply invoke them after creating an instance of the class. I'll go ahead and run this code just to make sure it works as expected. And it does. We can see the message output by the assist customer method in the console. I'll stop the debugger and close the console. The last thing I want to show you before wrapping up these interface demos is the result of compiling our new interfaces.ts file. I'll open the file and you can see that we're already up to 5 interfaces: the book interface, the damage logger function interface, and then the person, author, and librarian interfaces. Let's now go into the JS folder in the project and look at the interfaces.js file that the TypeScript compiler produced. There's nothing in it. Nothing but a reference to the source map file. That's because interfaces don't have an equivalent construct in JavaScript. They don't contain implementation details and don't represent or create actual objects. They're just a means for us developers to define the contracts between the various parts of our application and for the compiler to enforce type checking.